Hi kitty cats. This video is an excerpt from a live stream I did with Jasmine Vine on July 22nd, 2025. Jasmine came by just to kid around with me, and if you've seen that collection of impressions she did, you know we tend to laugh a lot. This video is no different, so I hope you enjoy this short collaboration with Jasmine Vine. Talk soon. Hello, my friends. How are you doing?
Oh, so much better now I'm seeing your face.
Is it? Is that better? I guess I'm...
ages.
I know. It's been so long.
It has. My gosh.
I'm glad you're okay though. That makes me happy because I was a little worried for you for a while in there. I'm gonna move you. Here we go. Now I can look at you. What do you think about this comment here? My only concern. Ooh, let me put it up on the thing. Look at this. I can even put it up on the screen. I know. I told you this is pretty sweet. So 3 daughters who don't want to lose scholarships due to transgender athletes. Okay. Do you have a thought on that? I mean, I could go on this myself, but what do you think?
I mean, how many people have lost scholarships due to transgender athletes versus how many times has that been falsely reported in media?
It's a good question.
I feel like that's a talking point that conservative people use a lot to further the idea that they're protecting real women when actually it's nothing to do with that. So it's a straw man argument from the get-go, but if we were to say that it's actually a reasonable argument, then no, I can't. I don't know. Where do we even go with that?
I want to. This is in the United States, and I may get the names, the numbers, a little bit wrong, but I believe because I saw somebody testify in front of Congress, I believe it was, there are some 20,000. I want to say 20,000 athletes just in the NCAA. So this is the United States Collegiate Athletics organization. Some 20,000. Okay, so this is national. Of those 20,000, about 10, there were fewer than 10. This guy testified fewer than 10 were transgender. So EQ Lamoric, I guess I got to ask, I mean, if there are 20,000 scholarships, presumably, you know, some of those have scholarships, there are only 10, fewer than 10 nationwide. Is this really, this is the big problem you have? This is the big problem? Male genitalia in the bathroom. I'm not going to disagree. But I don't have them. You know, what is the thing here? Really, what I disagree with is people assaulting other people. I don't know what you think about that, Jasmine, but you know, the real problem here is not where you're going to go pee, but that you find it okay to assault other people. It has nothing to do with pee. It's my opinion. What do you think?
Well, yeah. But where my brain's going, though, is A, what you just said. I don't have them. Like, well, not a problem. But also, I do. But if I'm in a locker, the last thing I'm doing is going, oh, I'm like showing my freaking tip. No one does that for a start, unless I'm absolutely an absolute weirdo. But I'm changing underneath a big towel. Like, I'm not showing anything if I'm visible in front of other people.
Right.
So are we just assuming that trans people who have genitalia that doesn't match what you would expect them to have are just doing the freaking helicopter around the like what are we talking about here?
No idea. I mean, there are many places that have unisex bathrooms, like outside the U.S. What is, like, do they have these problems? For some reason I think they don't. So here we go. This is another interesting.
That's the first thing that came to mind. I'm sorry. Oh gosh.
It was a pretty good one, actually. Doing a
I can-
helicopter. You know, the imagery is the
Oh
imagery was
gosh,
really something
let's
else.
not talk about it anymore.
Okay, we're going on, going on. So here's somebody who says it's ironic that I'm talking about don't pretend. I guess I'm unsure when I said don't pretend. Presumably I did. Well, that's literally what I'm doing, pretending to be a woman. This is a quote. I'm not sure whom you're quoting, but putting on makeup and painting nails won't make you one. I've never done either. Okay, can you tell me what made you a woman then? Because I agree with you. I don't think makeup or nails or hair makes somebody a woman either. I mean, we're in agreement. You don't want to agree with me, I'm sure, because then you also say that I don't agree with the way I was born. I guess meaning you agree with the way I was born? I don't even know. What makes a woman? What makes a woman? So here we go. This was in the middle. She doesn't have to prove being a woman to anyone because I know what I am. Guess what, Nosh? I know what I am too. And it's a woman. I'm glad that we've had this conversation. I didn't try to get surgery. I didn't change voice. I didn't do all this artificially trying to change what I am because I know what I am and I know what I've been for 55 years. So I'm glad we had this conversation. It really worked. Thank you.
Can I just say, on that point,
Yeah.
people get really caught up in the idea of real and fake and pretend and yada yada. And there is a big difference between something that is real and something that is default. And oftentimes we call the default real.
Right.
But the default isn't the thing that. Okay, I'm going to use voice as an example because this is the space that I'm in. I do a lot of vocal coaching.
Of course.
And this is something that I'm saying all the time. You don't have a real voice, you have a default voice. You have one that you go to unconsciously that you don't have to think about. You can change that. That's not, and if you do change that, that doesn't mean that you're pretending. It doesn't mean that you're being fake. It
Yes.
literally is just you changing your default so that the thing that comes out unconsciously is something different to what it was before. This is, oh gosh, there's so many like balls bouncing around in my head right now. ADHD. Gosh,
Fortunately, there isn't a helicopter going on in your head. That's the.
thank goodness.
But I want to. I mean, I love that idea, because you're actually. I mean, you mentioned just with voice, but I mean, there is no doubt that this happens all across science. I mean, there are. If I mean, this is what statistics is about. What appears to be the most probable. You've related it to whether or not you're going to use your voice in a different way. You're going to take action. But statistics is all about saying, with given an entire range, because I mean that's what nature is, an entire range of experiences. There are some that are more probable than others. What
Yeah,
seems the easiest with voice, when you don't try to do anything with a voice, that's the most probable it's going to sound. But that doesn't mean that's all it can do.
absolutely.
So I like you. I mean, I think that is absolutely the point of science, is to find what is not the default. And as long as we're talking about science.
Oh, wait. There's one more bit that I
Nope.
want to touch on with
Oh
it.
yeah, say it. I'll hide this.
Yes.
Never saw
Because
it.
that what people view as real is often learned just really early on as well.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
voice, there's one of those things that changes with hormones. When you go through a male-based puberty, that is something that shifts. But most of the time. But you can also learn, say, like shy behaviors. If you grow up in a household where your parents are really softly spoken, they're really, demure and mindful. Do we remember that meme?
Yes.
Then it's likely that you're going to emulate those behaviors in the modeling phases of your life. And
Right.
you're going to come across as shy and, all those things as well. But you can also shift that. So people will think, oh, well, that's just who I am. That's just how I am. I'm a shy person. I'm softly spoken. I'm blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And for the moment, that could be true. But that doesn't mean that you can't shift that. You're only identifying with that because that's been who you've been for however many years.
Right.
I used to be so shy and softly spoken, not anymore.
I can think of a lot of reasons why that would be, but
Oh, well, yes. Growing up trans, goodness gracious.
right.
It's a lot to do with confidence, but a lot of it is just behavior. I
Mm-hmm.
modeled the behavior of someone who was shy and unconfident, and now I don't. And
Right.
so I come across
Right.
as confident and extroverted.
Yeah. I have a great comment here actually from Matt Adlin, so which I'm just going to say first of all, hi Matt. But Matt says I'm totally shy, which is funny if you know Matt. I would never guess that. I mean, just based on your the way that you act in on video and in everything, I would not think that. I would think you're an absolutely confident person. But default versus what was your other one? Default versus real? How
That's
did you put that?
real. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Like, oh, use your real voice. I'm like, because that's something that people will say to me when I'm talking about
Yeah.
vocal coaching. And I'm like, this is my real voice. This is the voice that I sleep talk in. My default voice years ago was something more like this, but that's not my real voice. Define
It was your
real.
default.
It was a
Right.
default. Yeah.
I
Anyway.
love that distinction. I think that's really good. Let me see. Matt says he's got all the confidence of a Republican opinion.
Wow.
Had a bunch of those tonight already. Yeah, it's been great.
Oh my gosh.
So I do love this, so Lamoric here has said there's no difference between sex and gender on multiple levels. Okay, apparently what I've been talking about for almost 3 years doesn't exist. No accredited scientific or biological authority agrees with the transgender movement. I would point out the American Medical Association. I would point out the American Psychiatric Association. I would say American Psychological Association, the American Pediatric. There's a different word. Academy, American Pediatric Academy. I mean, there's a shit ton. You don't know what you're talking about. This is something your politicians have told you. That's a bummer. In fact, Matt even says every reputable medical and psychological body supports trans people. Very true. I'm showing this just because it's so ridiculous. I had to show it. So, all right. Let's look at some more of these comments, Jasmine. AVPD says, are you worried about children seeing body parts that are different from their own? How do you expect them to grow up? Well, isn't that what protecting children is supposed to be all about? You protect them from knowing who they are. You protect them from exploring their identity, exploring their gender. Why would you want to do that? Because they're not going to grow up? I mean, is that what you want? Human anatomy, AVPD goes on to say there's nothing wrong with human anatomy. Very true. The problem is with adults who still don't understand that the world is beyond what the Bible says. Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Matt also says this is why I'm shy. That's what confidence looks like to me. Ooh, that's a good... Ooh. What do you think of that? Confidence looks like shyness.
I can't find these.
I know it's on a different platform.
Oh, is it? Okay, what was it again?
Sorry. It says, I am shy because that's what confidence looks like to me. I'd rather second guess myself and be right than be confidently wrong.
Interesting. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because that to me goes into the difference between confidence and arrogance.
Yes. Yes.
Because a lot of arrogant people come across as confident, but they just have the audacity.
Right. I would take the guess it's more like humility. When you go,
Yeah.
I'm going to offer an opinion, and yet I might be wrong. I'm willing to admit I'm wrong. I mean, it is great. I get people who come into these things. I'm going back and forth with somebody on YouTube now who keeps giving me like this mansplainy kind of thing. Here's what you really believe. And I'm like, I can tell you, man, you don't have to. That's arrogance. That's where it's like, listen, I'm not going to listen to you. I'm going to tell you what you, I'm going to tell you what you believe and what you should believe. If you don't believe if you don't agree with me. So, let me see. Morgan has laughed at your helicopter bit. Oh, you can see.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, there's a great question. Morgan asks, isn't any accent just learned in emulated behavior?
Yep. It is indeed.
That's voice, really.
Yes.
I mean, that's it. That's how we learn to talk. We mimic what we hear,
Yeah.
which is why I still say totally radical and Jasmine does not.
Wait, what?
I don't know. I mean, when I was younger, growing up in the 80s, the thing was everything was totally radical. You know, dude,
Wasn't
everybody was
totally
dude.
tubular?
No, tubular was not a big thing. I never.
I really
don't
like
know.
tubular. Sounds good.
Tubular's only okay. You know, I saw I don't know. We had radical. I was in graduate school, so I was 20, I don't know, 24 anyway, I'm sure. And something just fell out of my mouth. I believe I said, there's Drace saying totally rad. I believe somebody did something and went, oh my God, that's fucking rad. And the other two people looked at me and went, it's what? And I go, oh, I'm someone from California. Okay, all right. And it haunted me for the remainder of my 4 years in graduate school. Anything that I would do, they go, oh, would you qualify that as fucking rad? And I was like, okay. Can we move on from this? It's been 4 years, please. But there you go. Hey, look, AVPD has another good point here. I want to put this up. Thank you, Matt, by the way, for coming over to YouTube. I want to say that too. Trans is not biological. There are literally several species of animals that have transition. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of things we could talk about on that. If you wanted to look at, if you want to look at sequential hermaphrodism, if you want to look at, there are social pressures where things will change sex. These are all sex-related things that I'm talking about. But as I mentioned, anatomy is one part of gender. We were talking about it earlier. So, yeah, there's many species of animals capable of doing this. Jasmine, I had a bit earlier where I talked about like bovines and equines. There are like 5 different words to describe. I think 5 in each, might have been 6. Well, there's a whole ton in equine, but it's different words to describe the genders of these animals. And it has to do with whether or not they can reproduce. If it's young, it gets a particular name. If it's a year old, if it's been weaned, if it's all of those are types of foals, and it doesn't make a difference what the anatomy is. They just call it a foal. This is an equines, and calf if it's in bovines. And the point is that, we know for reproductive purposes that some animals cannot do it, and that's why we give them gender names. Like this is, so there was, I forget them all now, but mare, stallion, gelding, foal. There's a distinction between a heifer and a cow. A heifer is one that has not bred at least once. We're okay doing this.
My only addition to that is heifer. I hardly know her. You're welcome.
I did not thank you.
You don't need to. I thank myself.
It was awesome. Let me see. So here's an interesting question. I want to talk about this too. Miss Chief says, I wonder sometimes why my voice sounds gay. You wonder if you're emulating that. Here's my first question. What does gay sound like? Because I've known gay men. I didn't know were gay men. And later on found out, and I was like, oh, how about that? So I don't know. What do you think on them? The vocal person there. I want to hear what you got.
Well, there is a typical vocal configuration that sounds gay.
I mean, yeah.
Specifically, uh,
I mean, I know. Yes, yes, yes. I know there is a
yeah,
stereotypical gay voice.
yeah, there is. However, I'm remembering there was also a video done by ASAP Science called "Why Do Gay People Sound Like That?" And they
I
broke
saw
down.
that.
I was like, yeah, yeah.
I did, yes.
So I don't remember what the actual. I mean, they spoke about different inflection points and bits and pieces like that, but it seemed to be mostly a social thing. Um, I can't remember exactly what.
Emulation. Yeah.
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. Vowel durations. So gay people apparently stretch out vowels more. It's mostly like a
Mm-hmm.
social thing. But also, there's typically a little bit of a higher resonance with a lower pitch and
Yeah.
a bit more vocal weight and a little bit more of like a twang. So there's that typical kind of voice like this. And some of that is biological, some of it is social. Don't really know. There's aspects to it, but
Right.
it's interesting. It's definitely interesting.
I think so. I think so.
Mm.
AVPD has brought up clownfish are always born male, but some of them always need to change sex to female. Yeah, that's a sequential hermaphrodism. There's a lot of seahorses do this. There are seahorses. They'll do that too. It's pretty fun. Here I want to see. Oh wait, there was something I want to go back with Morgan, but I'm gonna read this too. Matt
Oh,
says
yeah.
he's read something about the gay voice, but I don't remember much. I've personally noticed that it's not so much feminine as it is an affluent urban mannerism. Ooh, that's a good point. Affluent and urban. I'm trying to think if I've known like poor gay people. Miss Chief's gonna go, hey.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
All right, here we go. I want to throw this up. This is something from Morgan. What do you think about this? If there was one thing that could change with how the world I thought it was, or understand. If there was one thing, I'm sorry, I read this differently. Morgan, tell me if I'm reading this wrong. If there was one thing we would change with how the world understands transgender people, what would it be? That's how I'm reading it. And Morgan, if you're saying it's different, tell me. But I'm reading this as if there is one thing we would change with the world, with how the world understands transgender people, what would it be? Do you have an answer for that, Jasmine?
Mine would be to understand that it is something that we are born as, not something we choose.
Yeah.
I think that understanding just on its own would help a lot of people to understand it.
Yeah, I agree. I think oh, here we go. What is one thing we as trans people would change how the world treats or understands us? All right, so I actually did read it badly, but I'm gonna answer the one thing first. If there was one thing I would change in the world, I think it would be to try to that the to teach the world. I'm trying to think of how I want to put this together, and I'm struggling. You can see. I would want the world to realize that science is not classifying things. That it's not science just to go, well, I think you're a man, I think you're a woman. It's not science just to make boxes. I think that's about it. No? You're reading something else, I think, but
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was looking at some of the ASAP Science gay voice thing.
yeah,
I need to get
yeah.
away from it.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
But I think that's the main thing. We make this pretense, and it is a pretense, that something is scientific because we've given it a name. But science misnames things all the time. Like that's part of the purpose of science, to be wrong so that we learn again. We learn what's right. So that's one of the I wish it has nothing to do with transgender people. It has to do with what science is, what the scientific method is. That we're wrong all the time. Science is wrong all the time, and that's the beauty of it. because it means that we've learned more about our world. We've learned more about the universe. And so I think that's I think that's what I'd want to change. So, all right, now let me pull up what Morgan really meant. Now that we've both answered a totally different question, what the hell?
That's fine.
All right. I mean, and maybe this was, this was what as a transgender person, what would we change in how the world treats or understands us? I mean, I don't think it's as far off as I'm making it, but
No.
what do you think there? Oh, sorry, I'll put it back up. What do you think there?
I mean, it's the same answer. It's not a different question in my view.
So, okay. Because I talked about science. I mean, I thought of it in terms of science, that people think, well, this is what science means.
Am I thinking about it in terms of science?
I know, isn't that weird?
It's strange. God.
But the like what I'd wish people would change, like the way I wish the world would treat us the way we are in other cultures. I mean, because when we say how the world treats or understands us, in India, Hijra culture is looked at as, a third gender. Obviously in Thailand, why I ended up going there for surgery, there's Katoi culture, and that's, a third gender, recognized third gender. Native American culture has, the two spirits. I mean, we can go on and on and on. The Mucha culture in South America, South and Central America. I think mostly Mexico, come to think of it. But, it's like what I wish is that people, what I wish could change would be that people didn't think that this never existed. That's the part that makes me go, quoi? Why would... Sorry, that was French. Was it... You want me to say it again? Quoi? I know, I was speaking about Mexico, and then I used French. It doesn't make sense, but... No?
This is an interesting point that I want to bring up. Because you've just brought up a whole bunch of different cultural backgrounds, all that. And in Australia as well, like my background being Aboriginal Australian, we have brother boy and sister girl as part of our understanding of gender. And it's not often spoken about that anti-trans ideology is often very white colonialist perspective.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, I know.
And I feel like people don't often recognize that.
Right. I mean, that's a lot of Western society, right? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it's white colonial, so...
Yeah, but we don't often relate that to gender, it seems. It's like,
Yeah. I mean, I think this is nothing more than a modern Christian ethic that is being applied. And I find that, I find that just disappointing, I think. I mean, we'll just leave it at that. It doesn't, this is not about science. This is not about world cultures. It's about ultimately a white colonial patriarchal Christian ethic that people go, I think everybody ought to believe this. I mean, because this, Matt's bringing up two people here, Dora Richter and Christine Jorgensen, right? Both people who had bottom surgery, Dora Richter in 1922, Christine Jorgensen in 1951. Yeah. First I thought I saw 60. That was like, well, wait, that's not right. But Matt says, I hear so much about how trans people weren't a thing until 10 years ago. I think it was 1991 when Judith Butler published Gender Trouble. Right? It's never been a thing,
oh my gosh, I saw the most beautiful short film the other day there was a little event held here, like a movie marathon for LGBTQIA plus seniors. And one of the short films was about a trans woman in her 80s. I think she was like 88, and she
Wow.
transitioned when she was like 19 or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
And the story is so beautiful. Oh my gosh.
I bet.
But yeah, that's a very common perspective that is peddled around. Like, oh, this didn't exist. I transitioned more than 10 years ago. Like, God,
Right.
it's, yeah,
I
interesting.
mean, I've talked to several people who transitioned in the 1970s. I mean,
Mm. Well, I mean, the same kind of shit was peddled about gay people, and one of the
right.
one of the difficult realities around that is that a lot of gay and trans people have not survived into being seniors
There is
because of
that.
violence, because of
Yeah.
the AIDS crisis, because of a whole
Right.
host of things. So that perception is kind of, yeah, it's really shitty, actually.
Yeah. It really is.
Mm,
There's a
mm.
couple of something I want to bring up here. Here's something Dodgy Archetype brings up, which is gender was seen as fluid enough. I'll put it up on the screen. Fluid enough in the time of the Buddha that transition is written into the Vinaya, the rules of monastic conduct.
Mm.
Time of the Buddha, folks. I mean, I wasn't there as far as I know, but what is that, a couple thousand years ago? I don't remember
Oh, I
exactly.
remember those days.
Yeah, oh yeah, you remember the
Mm,
sunsets were lovely then.
absolutely gorgeous.
The sunsets. Matt, when was the Buddha around? When was Gautama Siddhartha? When was he around? 500 BC. So 3,000, so 2,500 years ago. What did I say? Did I get that about right?
You said about 2000, didn't you?
I don't know. I think so. I don't even listen to myself. Thank you, Dodgy Archetype. So 2,500 years ago. Matt's beard was there. All right. This is killing me. This popped up and I laughed because it popped up when you were talking and I started laughing.
Mm.
Oh, dang, wrong thing. Sorry. The internet's responsible for that. Where'd it go? Here we go.
Oh, can I do everything? I don't know. I can shift the gender of my voice really well. I can't do impersonations very well. Unless it's Mickey Mouse and Goofy. I can do those.
Okay. Can you do a Mickey Mouse? Let's hear Mickey Mouse then.
Ha! Welcome to Mickey's Playhouse.
Today we're talking about gender.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, dear.
Sometimes, like this is my toxic trait. Sometimes when I'm having a shower, I will pretend that I'm both Mickey and Goofy having an argument about something.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And yeah, I
I
can't
mean,
believe
like you
no one
do.
has recorded this. Like you do, yeah.
Well, I know. Well, at least it's a live stream, right? I mean, so, people may not get an hour and 40 minutes in and go, did she just do Mickey and Goofy? Oh my gosh. Matt says he can do Goofy and Donald, so we're gonna have to
Oh, Donald
pull
is
that
so
at some point.
hard. How do you do that one?
I know. I don't. That one is hard.
Yeah.
There was something. What was the other thing I saw? So Matt brings up burial from 4,200 years ago of a natal male in feminine clothing, surrounded by feminine grave goods. I, I mean, so Matt, I think that was a bog burial too, if I remember correctly, which is why we know anything about anatomy. But I mean, there's the bit. I'm sure somebody's told you this, right? 1,000 years from now, people are going to think you
Oh,
have a male skeleton, right?
oh
Okay.
no.
I'm
Oh
I met
no.
I went to brunch with two people last week. It was the craziest thing. I mean, good friends of mine. But I go in there, and one of them I hadn't met except over the internet, like you do. And anyway, I'm sitting there. I'm sitting down. They come walking in. The two of them come walking in, and I stand up, and I'm like, "Holy cat!" I'm like, "I'm the shortest person. I'm the smallest person here." These were two assigned female at birth women. And I'm like, I'm curious if in 1,000 years somebody's going to recognize my skeleton as male. And here's the other thing too, in 1,000 years when I'm just a skeleton, I mean, I'm still going to be dead. Like, how am I going to care?
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody pulls me out of a bog or whatever. Well, a bog, no. But somebody pulls me out, like pulls out, a skeleton and goes, I think this was a dude. I don't care. I'm a skeleton. What's the skeleton getting? Oh, no, not at all. And the person will go, alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. A man of infinite jest. Anyway, there you go. Here we go. This this Jasmine does just to make me I don't know, what do you call that? Taking the piss?
Hi, Chick Hats. It's Friday, and that means it's time for your weekly dose of transgender joy. So, piece of joy number 1. Jasmine joined me on, what are we calling this? The Tuesday Tidbits. Okay.
Was that good? Was that good, Ms. Chief? Hopefully that was good.
Oh, dear.
I think so. Here's the thing. Yeah, 1,000 years. 1,000 years from now, people still won't know what hormones do to the body. Almost certainly true.
Oh, dear.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
was,
and also, Matt, yes, they are vicious and insult each other with foul language. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, Mickey and Goofy. Yeah. So here we go. Now Matt wants to hear a Hamlet speech in Goofy's voice. There you go.
How do I even do that?
I don't know. Tell me to pull up the soliloquy.
Alas, poor Herrick. I knew him well.
Oh, dear. Endless fun. Oh, we've tickled Amethysta, haven't we?
What? Oh my gosh.
Oh, dear. I'm glad that's entertaining.
Oh my gosh.
Glorious.
It was the Yorick. That was the bit that did it.
That sounded very cowboy, didn't it?
Or Yorick?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I cut it out. Holy cow. There you go. It's funny, I was thinking, I'll just shut it down early, But now I don't want to because now you're here. Because I was going to talk about this little thing. I got this little thing, which looks sort of decorative. Doesn't it look like sort of it's like a little pendant. It's a little thing that, like I can push a button and it records me and then it transcribes the thing. And
what? That's so cool.
Yeah. Well, I was going to talk about it, but now I'm like, nah. I mean, do you want me to talk about it while you're here?
Yeah.
Or?
I'm curious.
Give me 1 second. I actually have
it. If you're like in the car and you need to take down a note of like a video
Yes.
idea or something. Oh,
That was exactly what I use it for. Yeah, so I want this to be like a product review. So just say this now, okay? Not a product review. I'm not getting anything from discussing it. Oh, can you do Trump's voice? Here we go. So Morgan and I were doing this. Morgan and I were doing this when we went to Minnesota some time ago. I got to see if I can. I got to try to come up with something. Oh,
do the product review in his voice.
I got the Plod note pin. A lot of people think this is really good. It's purple. People like purple. That's blue and red, Democrats and Republicans. A lot of people think Republicans have problems, but they don't. I'm here. I got to have the mic much closer. He's always read. I'm always afraid that like he's going to end up bumping into it.
You have to do this.
Right. He has,
It
and
helps
the thing
with
is,
the voice. You gotta get the lips right. Yeah.
right. And the thing is, too, he's always leaned over. I went to a place the other day. It was a great place. A lot of people like this place. They came, they said, "Hey, Donald, you're at the place." And I went, "Yes, I'm at the place." Yes. People said yes. They have people chanting signs. Yes, like you do. Which was totally different, but Morgan brought up like you do. So
Like you do.
anyway,
Oh,
here we go.
God.
Not a product review, okay? And I intended to take it off before. Intended to take it off, but I totally forgot. So here we go. I'm going to talk about it anyway. I'm not going to get anything for discussing this. It's not like I'm an affiliate of this thing. It's called the Plaud, Plaud. I had to look. But it's called the Note Pin, okay? I talked about it really briefly because I talked about like journaling in my last live stream, and I said you can also get a recorder, like just to remember your thoughts and stuff. But the thing I was telling you, so it records voices, transcribes the voices, and then actually will do like an AI summary of them if you want to. Now, there's actually a lot of these out here. I have sort of lusted after these for a long time. I backed one on Kickstarter or something, backer kit, who knows, and it didn't do very well. Like I got it and I went, oh, it doesn't work very well. That's a shame. But I'm interested in these because just like you said, if you have a piece of content or something, like I have a lot of thoughts. Somebody said I must have an IQ below 80. I don't think it's true. But usually when I'm driving or showering, that's when I have all the thoughts. Because usually I don't have a whole argument going on with a cast of some Disney film. Typically.
You can
Occasionally.
wear it in the shower.
No, well, you can't wear it in there, but you can, but it's like, I don't know if it has a, what's it called? IPX rating? I don't know what the thing is, but I don't know. It's too close. How's that look? How's my cross-eyed look? Anyway, it is it is really good. So times when you can't use a notebook, because like I was driving here and actually came up with a bit that I ended up using. It was the Lizard King thing that you missed. But anyway, here's the thing. It's really small, so if you can see it, like next to my finger, it's like maybe 4 centimeters long and like maybe 1.5 centimeters wide. Super light, so I can wear it around my neck. Kind of looks almost like like decorative. It's this sort of thing. Anyway, one of the things I was going to mention, and maybe you can back me up on this. I don't know, Jasmine, but I think that for me anyway, when I speak something out loud, I engage with it differently. I mean, I think that there must be different cognitive faculties that come into play when you say something out loud. Because like in my head, I'll think of something, I'll be like, oh, that's brilliant. Oh my God, so funny. So funny. And then I'll pick up a notebook and I'll be like, nah, I'll throw that out. It's the same thing with this. So like there was something I thought was super funny and I hit the button and I went, oh yeah, I'm glad I talked this out. Because I'm just gonna erase that one. So the thing is, I think that there are different cognitive faculties, and you also have to kind of like convince yourself that what you're saying is right. Because like in my head, I'll be like, everybody could really stand like a good gallon of treacle, yeah. But then you say it out loud, and you go,
What?
I hope nobody heard me say that. What the what? Anyway, I can wear it around my. I've got like some cheap cotton cord. They make these little necklaces that are like $20 to hook the thing on, but it's like a piece of cotton, like waxed cotton cord. That's all it is. Anyway, here's the point. How does it function? I'm going to tell you. It's kind of hard to push the button. You have to like squeeze the thing because it's not like an obvious button. So I think it is kind of water resistant, but you have to squeeze the thing. What was the other thing? Oh, and there are vibration cues, which is kind of cool. But you have to figure those out. So anyway, there you go. The battery life is absolutely ridiculous. I charged this thing on like Thursday when I got it, and it's got to still be 90%. I don't know how much I've recorded, but like a decent amount, and it has to talk to my phone and all the things. But this little thing, you can record like 20 hours of conversation. It's like 64 gigs of memory. So I can completely see you slap this down in the middle of a table. You're having a conversation with people, trying to brainstorm things, whatever. Here's how we're going to get sales up in the third quarter of whatever. Not even really sure because I don't talk like that. But the AI summaries, I think, are really the Achilles heel of the thing. Because I had to figure out sort of the software just to get like a regular transcription. Because who wants to make a summary? So I'd have like a 10-minute thing. Don't forget, it's like, don't forget to buy mac and cheese, for next week. And it turned into like this page-long summary. The speaker is thinking about next week and its potential crisis that might occur with such. And I'm like, nah, just mac and cheese. Like, don't. So I think it'd be great if you had two people and they're discussing something. It's awful for like anything under about a minute. That's a problem with the AI, I think, not with with AI in general and not the device. What was the last thing I wanted to say?
Do you only get the transcription or do you get recordings as well? And are the recordings good?
The recordings are all right. I mean, I'll put it to you this way. I've now listened to them. I don't even know where my phone is. I've listened to them on my phone. And so, the phone speaker sucks, right? So I've played it back and I've gone, oh, okay, So I can hear it if I get a summary, because I've had some summaries that, I'm like, what is this even saying? I had to go back to the recording to go, what the hell did I say? Oh, okay. Anyway, so there is that. So I had to do it's taken me a few days. I'm liking it now because I can make actually custom templates, so custom summary templates. So if I say something like, quick task, do such and such, it will pull that out and make it a task. So that's kind of neat. But I do have to do a little work to make this all work for me. Here's one of the things that I thought was cool. Because yesterday and today, I woke up and I'm just lying in bed, like you do. And I just talked to myself about what I needed to do. Right. So I just pick the thing up. I'm like, well, today I gotta send Jasmine an email and tell her don't forget to come on the thing. And I gotta add her as a speaker. I don't even know what email I should use, and I should probably figure that out. And anyway, transcribe the whole thing. And that's really how I talk when I wake up. Anyway. Is this worth the cost? I mean, probably. I think it was like $100 and some odd, $130 or something like that. I don't remember exactly. Something like that. And like you do. So is it worth it? I think so. And I just wanted to throw that out there because it was a tidbit that I wanted to throw out there. So I appreciate being able to make my not product review, not commercial, done.
Thank you for joining us. I appreciate product review. I walked in, I said, wow, that's a good product review. Never seen a better product review.
I looked at her. She had purple hair. She looked at me. She had the purple, the thing, the whatever, the button. She's got a button. Buttons are great. I've got my finger on the button. A lot of people think I shouldn't have my finger on the button. He does that little thing sometimes where he'll emphasize completely the wrong word. And I'm trying to think of it like a thing. I got my finger on the button, and people think I shouldn't. And you go, no. The people think I shouldn't. The bit that you have your finger on it, that's we want to, not just the button. It's like a red candy-like button from the Ren and Stimpy episode. Sorry, my lips are too. Anyway, like you do.
Very bigly. I want to press the button very bigly.
Very bigly. Oy.
Goodness gracious.
All right, here we go.
Oh, Morgan. I love that you two are crazy and fun. Yeah.
Dodgy archetype, sorry. Also says having the mic closed also lets you do the patented Trump sniffing. Does he do that? Does he do an 11?
Or is it like it's the lip smack and the deep breath? You know, like the.
So horrible. So horrible. Bigly.
I don't do
right.
that. I do that. I've never done that before.
I don't know if that comes through, but whatever.
I never did it before. There was once 2 weeks ago when I did it, but I didn't mean to do it. So it's about the same when you don't do it. And you mean it, but you don't do it. And I didn't. Thank you.
You forgot the part about the expert, about doing the thing or not doing the thing, and how they said that you were the person that does the thing the least amount that they've ever seen, and you got an award for not doing the thing.
That's a good point.
Anyway.
Matt says he wants to make a t-shirt that says like you do. Here's the thing though. Do you know where I got that? She's Australian. What the hell's her name? Science Versus. There was a podcast called Science Versus, and I can't think of the person's name on it. I think that was the name of the podcast. But the lady on it is, I'm going to look it up because it's worthwhile. Yeah, here we go. Science Versus, which is even on Spotify if you want. Wendy Zuckerman. There we go. Came up with her name. Wendy Zuckerman is an Australian bint. Did you use bint in Australia? What would you use there?
I don't know. We wouldn't use bench though.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Well, come on. What do you call like a chick? If you were to say chick, what would you say? Hi, morning wind.
Person, woman.
You're failing me as an Australian
You
here.
want like a super Aussie Sheila. Let's get.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Sheila. Anyway, point is, she was talking about a bidet. She said there's a special, you can put like a special seat on your toilet so that you can clean up after you poo, like you do. And I listened to that because it was on, like a recording, right? It's not live. And I went back and back and back, and just because I was just cracking up over that. I was like you do. And it needed to be like you do. I don't know. It's followed me around for a decade. Oh, come on. She was?
Apparently. An Australian science journalist, podcaster, but born in the US.
I don't know. You're looking on... I see. Australian science journalist and podcaster. But born in the United States. Crap. Oh, well.
Well, leaving the US, like you do.
Like you do.
And like if you want to do, come over here. Hey, get over here.
I love it. Anyway, it's almost 7:00 my time. And, thank you for dropping some hearts. Morning Wind says had to drop some hearts. All right. It's been 2 hours for me and about an hour for you. It's like 50 minutes or so with Jasmine. So will you drop by more like every so often? That was my intent. I was going to say you have like an open invitation. So
Yeah.
we're just going to crack jokes for the most part.
Like you do.
Like you do.
Like you do. Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's been so lovely hanging out. This has been awesome.
It has.
I feel like I've just introduced a whole bunch of brain rot, and you're all very welcome for that.
And right now you'll be able to go, hi kitty cats, like you do. Right?
How do you... damn it. I feel like I'm seeing a bunch of merch ideas for you. Like, hi kitty cats, obviously, but like you do. Yeah, I'm seeing this. It's gonna be good.
Maybe, yeah. I'll have a tie-ins with Plod Note Pin. They'll make special ones that say like you do on it.
Like you do.
And on the back it has a little paw print. So
Skibbity
fortnight.
fortnight.
Yep.
I'm cooked, chat. Skibbity fortnight, Ohio. Fam.
Perfect. My kid
Like
tells
you
me
do.
some of these things, like you do. My kid tells me some of these things every so often. Every so often, my kid will be like, "Oh yeah, this one person said such and such," and there will be a phrase, and my wife now will be like, "What does that mean?" And my kid will be like, "Well, like this," and we go, "No, wouldn't have guessed it. Skibbity Fortnite, Ohio does not mean bad to me. That does not. I don't know." Matt's kids are not allowed to say skibbity.
That scares me, actually. I'm only 27, and I
I
remember
know.
being like, oh gosh, I would have been 17 years old, and I was hearing like a 10-year-old talk about something, and I'm like, what the hell is an esche? It was the first time I heard of an esche, and now it's common vernacular, but I'm like, wow, that's happening way too quickly. I'm not okay with this.
At 17.
Oh,
Yeah, you're like, how'd I get behind the slang at 17?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
It's terrifying. Terrifying.
All right, but anyway, I'm going to shut this down. Oh, so Matt says they can't say skibbity, but they do. They can say yeet, but they can only say yeet when they are yeeting something. I have a friend Julia who just made a. Julia is a dancer too. So Julia uses and she's a burlesque dancer. So far, yeah. Oh, you'd love Julia, and Julia would love you too. But here's one of the things. She did a video recently. I'm holding hands out and looking down. This is going to make sense when I do it. The thing is that she made a video about how to apply a pasty. So like pasty
Oh,
things with little twirler things on them, right? Isn't that fun? Anyway, the point is that she used either yeet or yoink, and Julia's I don't know. It doesn't. She's middle aged. Okay, she's close to me, not that close. But anyway, the point was that I saw her video and I was like, listen, I just want to commend you on your accurate use. And it was either yeet or yoink. Now I forget, but I was like, I just wanted to commend you on your use of yoink, and she was like, yeah, I'm still cool. There you
I
go.
don't understand that one. Oh my God, that is such a pretty bird. Sorry, easily distracted.
There you go.
Yoink,
Well,
is that a new terminology? Because yoink
it's the
to me just
same.
means like someone's got something, yoink, you like pinch it from them.
Yeah, it's kind
Is
of a
that what that
yeet.
means?
It's a yeet kind of thing. The good Lord yeeteth, and the good Lord yoinketh away. Yeah, I think that's Matt says it best. Can they say riz only, but only when rizzing somebody? There was a listen. I got to try to remember what this thing was. There was a prescription that came up. It was SKYRIZI. All right. So skirizy. All right. So it's sort of like skibbity, but also has riz in it. Okay. So it's like a bad kind of rizzing, maybe. Maybe it's like, So I was like, what if you had a skirizy toilet? How does skirizy toilet work? Because I think it was actually a medication for Crohn's disease. I'm going to let you think on that for a moment. Skirizy toilet. So medication for.
Oh my. Yep. That's interesting.
I'm curious who named this, and did they go through any kind of marketing and have somebody go, no, it looks like Skibbity. With Skibbity toilet. We don't want to use this for Crohn's disease. Don't do this, okay? Don't do this. But he was probably some marketing hacks in like this big, massive pharmaceutical, pharmaceutical company who's just like, we don't even care. Like we don't give a crap. We are making $1 billion off of this drug tomorrow, and then every day for the next 20 years. So who cares? Don't skirizy the toilet. It's worse than crossing the streams.
Don't scare us in the toilet.
Oh yeah, one of the best streams yet. All right, well listen, I'll give you a heart, Jasmine, and give a heart to Matt and Morning Wind and Dodgy Archetype and Morgan. Dodgy Archetype, I think this is the first time I've seen you. Hope I love you. You seem great. Miss Chief, who else do we have? All kinds of people. I always forget. But thank you so much to everybody. Sorry, I did a heart again. I'll be back on Sunday and next Tuesday. So I don't know, Jasmine, if you're free and you just want to kill some time, drop on by. And there you go. I'm Amethysta Herrick. I'm with Jasmine Vine. Do you want to plug anything?
The toilet that with a skibbity. I don't know what it is.
Not like that.
Do I want to plug anything?
Javine Coaching, you got a thing right behind you.
I guess, yeah. Javine, I don't know. I haven't been very active on things recently, so I feel like I would like to plug all of your screens with love.
Oh, that's so cute.
And also, I would like to plug my voice just before going again.
The good Lord Yadeth and the good Lord Yoinketh away. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.